Today we're gonna get a bit psychoanalytical on your ass, cause we're gonna get on that Nen Beast analysis. We're gonna talk about Nen Beast and what they might represent coming from the characters that they're connected to, and simply what their design evokes in general, or simply in terms of the general culture. Whatever evocation I find, I'm just gonna talk about it. Obviously, this is highly subjective as it's mostly my opinion. We don't have any confirmation for most of it. But we'll go through Nen Beast, we'll go through how they look, we'll go through what they look like, we'll go through what they evoke, but we'll also go through their abilities that we do know of and how they might be influenced by the character that they're attached to. And to start it off, nothing better than going through the first being our princely Prince Benjamin. Benjamin being already a sort of tough guy, sort of sports guy, sort of army guy, sort of masculine energy, has an end beast that, out of all things to look like, sort of looks like a dick. I mean, you might say, well, come on, man, there is no dick here, but truly speaking, he does have a phallus shaped Nenbeast, mostly because of the thighs of this Nenbeast being the most prominent feature. Well, most prominent is exaggerated, but them muscle thighs be big. The muscle thighs are huge and they look like balls. And he is hanging from the shoulders of Benjamin. Other aspects about the Nenbeast obviously are his form. He has the form of an animal. Because let's keep it in mind, some Nenbeasts actually have nothing that looks like something that should be alive. So interestingly, this one has the form of an animal. To be more precise, he sort of kind of feel like a bat and has a cape and even things that sort of sprung out that I assume sort of linked together to form up the bat's wings. But besides from that, what the features that we might have to talk about are the mouths. This creature has two mouths actually. A big ass mouth that doesn't seem to change expression at any moment, and a second mouth right under the big one that's harboring one of the greatest grins in anime history, just smiling all over the place. And from the looks of it, this creature doesn't have any eyes. Now, to me, what that is one of the most important things to keep in mind. It doesn't have eyes. What it evokes to me is a certain feeling of not being detail oriented, not being careful, or at least not looking through the details. It almost emanates a raging bull energy. It also deletes an aspect of the Nenbeast. There is an aspect of personality that you don't see, that you can see through Nenbeasts that have eyes. This one doesn't have eyes, that I think is an aspect that is hugely part of how he sees the world. He doesn't look at it, he just believes in itself. It does play back to the aspects of it being a bat, that the eyes are not present, but it also plays into this narrative that simply put, he doesn't feel the need to look at the world simply because the world is already present in his mind. That's the sort of energy that Nenbeast emanates. But also, the fact that he doesn't have eyes keeps the viewer away from understanding the Nenbeast, which is another part of the Nenbeast that I think is important in understanding Benjamin. Since he doesn't look, you can't look either. But that's where the mouths come in play. Other aspects of what I'm saying is also the fact that the mouth is huge. That huge ass mouth is also bigger, is pretty much the face. The face having no nose and no eyes, but having the huge mouth is pretty much a giveaway of the nature of Benjamin to be outspoken, but mostly to be not listening, but mostly spewing. In the end, what the big mouth represents on Benjamin is definitely his attitude towards the world, the way he simply is absolutely outspoken about his own belief and his own ways of thinking, and he's probably not willing to listen. Well, you might say, well, we've seen him listen, and that's where the other mouth comes in. You see, there are two mouths on that Nen Beast, and the second mouth is honestly only responding to compliments, only responding to the feelings. Those are probably the feelings that Benjamin hides behind the husk of the big ass Nen Beast. The big Nen Beast in the end represent something of the manliness that he wants to uphold, the position, the roles, the duty that he has towards his kingdom, things of that nature, things of that sort that he prioritizes and makes the whole of the Nen beast. But the small mouth is his voice, is the need for him to receive the compliments of his companion Balsamico, that for example his Nen beast looks good, he looks sturdy, he looks strong. When the Nen beast hears that, he smiles. When the Nen beast is also saying curses on Fugetsu, the Nen beast does take action through that small mouth. Everything is based on those two. In the end, Benjamin Hunt can take intake when it sort of upholds or reassures him that the image of his Nen beast is built in that strong manner, is built of that strong manly exterior that he does want to project so that he can be a right king. That's what other aspect the Nen beast design gives me. But also the main part of the Nen beast being the shape of it and having it look like a dick, making it clear that masculinity is a big part of Benjamin's character, being masculine to a certain extent, being an army man, a man, and tough guy, all of that. Now the cape and the claws. Well, for the claws, it's pretty simple. He is fierce. He has the ability to hurt. He is an end beast that is full of edges. He attacks. He does things. He's a physically gifted Nenbis. I mean, he has abs and he has spikes all over through the ears and through the protruding things that come out of his chest. Other aspect is, I think, something important is that he hangs from the shoulders. I mentioned it earlier, but I think it's something that I want to mention again when I talk about another Nen beast that hangs from the shoulders. And although I wanted to do this by order, I think it's important to mention this other Nen beast before anybody else, since I feel like there is parallels to be made between these two Nen beasts. And so the next one is going to be on Hulkenberg, and on that one you can expect what I'm trying to explain through the parallel. So yeah, what about this bottom heavy, bat looking, strange fellow with the claws and the mouths and the dick head? Well, I just think he is a representation of Benjamin's masculinity through that dick shape, his outspokenness or his attitude to not really listen most of the time. The Nen beast in the recent chapters has shown care, if I may say, or at least looked out for Fugetsu in some moments, and I have to go back to it so I can tell you exactly how I feel about it. But for now, that was the simples and the simple ways I've understood this Nen beast through a judgment of his appearance, because here appearances, we do judge by appearances when it comes to Nen beast. So yeah, that's the Nen beast, a fierce, bottom heavy, bad creature with a big ass mouth and spikes for ears and long ass head. The ability is still unknown, but he is definitely one to keep in mind. And now that we've talked about the Nen beast as what it represents, let's get into if I do feel like it falls under the evil design or a good design or in betweens. For when it comes to Benjamin's Nen beast, although it feels sorta kinda in the evil zone, I still feel like it's a bit it's more that it is fierce looking than it's in the evil zone, evil looking Nen beast. So I would say mostly he is definitely sorta kinda evil zone. It's not looking like a hero Nen beast, but it definitely sorta kinda looks like a villain Nen beast, but not quite. With that, so that was the first one. Hope to see you again. Let me know what you think. See ya.